Hey guys, we are going to start in a seated position at the back of the mat today. So sit on top of your shins with your knees together, with your feet together, and stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Rest your hands on top of the thighs and close your eyes. And just take a few moments now to fully arrive on the mat. Bringing all of the parts of you to this space, to this moment, to your next breath. Observing the inhalations and exhalations. And after your next exhalation, just hold at the bottom for a moment so we can meet there. And take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, inhale to your belly, to your chest. Big inhalation and then out through the mouth. Let it go. One more. And out. Now start pulling the chin to the chest. And then right ear to the right shoulder. Then head to the back, left ear to the left shoulder, and then once again chin to the chest. And again. Big circular movement with your head. And then to the other side. So simply switch direction. Allow every breath that you take to be mindful. And then come back for center. Place your right hand on top of the left ear. Extend your left arm to the side and start guiding the right ear to the right shoulder gently. Maybe walk your left fingers away from you. Maybe lift your left arm and flex your fingers. So you're pulling the fingers towards your body and observe the sensations, how they are changing, how they are shifting. Maybe you prefer to keep the arm lifted. Maybe you prefer to place the hand back on the mat. So just notice what feels needed, what feels better in this moment. And take one more inhalation. And then exhale, switch to the other side. So left hand on top of the right ear. Walk your right fingers to the right. And then once again, maybe you will stay here. Maybe you will lift your right arm. And then flex your fingers. So play with it. Notice what's happening in the body. Where is it happening? And then choose the variation that works best for you. And keep breathing. Long inhalation. And long, slow exhalation. And again, inhale. And then exhale, release your left hand. On your next inhalation, extend the arms above the head. And then as you exhale, lower your hands on top of your knees. Inhale, open your chest, slide the shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, pull the chin to the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale. Create space in between the shoulder blades, round the back body. And again, inhale, open. Exhale. And then come back for center. On your next inhalation, once again, arms above the head. And then as you exhale, release your belly on top of your thighs. Maybe rest the forehead on the mat. Maybe you want to add some gentle movement, shifting from side to side, massaging the forehead. And then come back for center and take a big step with your hands, with your arms to the left. Maybe your right hand on top of the left one. Maybe shift your hips slightly to the right, elongating the right side of the body. And then squaring your shoulders, so the right shoulder, right armpit is aligned with the left one. Just hold. Breathe. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come back for center. And on your next inhalation to the other side, big step with your hands to the right. Maybe shift your hips slightly to the left. Maybe stack the left hand on top of the right one and lower the left armpit to the mat, finding space in the left side of the body. One more in breath. And on your out breath, come back through center. On your next inhalation, lift your hips and then open through the chest. Look up. Maybe shoulders in front of the wrist creases. Exhale. Run the back body and then hips on top of the heels. And again, inhale, open. Slide the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, run the back body, sit on top of the heels. One more, inhale. And then exhale. And then come back through center. And then place the top of your hands on the mat, fingers pointing to the midline of the mat. And then make fists out of your hands and release. And again, squeeze and release. One more, squeeze and hold. And then release. Placing both of the palms of the hands on the mat. Once again, guiding the hips on top of the heels. On your next inhalation, start shifting the hips forward and then lower them as you lift your knees. Upward facing dog. If this is too much, cobra is always an option. Maybe try to lift the knees from the mat. Pull the shoulders to the back, opening through the chest, tractioning the chest forward. So maybe even shift the chest slightly forward so you create more space for the lower back. Really engage your glutes. Hold. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the right hip and then look behind the left shoulder. You're opening the chest, pointing the knees to the left. Inhale. Exhale back through center and then drop your left hip, lifting the right hip, opening the chest to the right. One more in breath. As you exhale back through center. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, make your way into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Maybe bend your knees if you need it. Maybe add some movement. Press into the palms of the hands. Elbow creases are pointing towards each other. The neck is relaxed. On your next inhalation, start shifting the shoulders on top of the wrists. And then bend your knees, just hover them above the mat. And then start lifting the hips, belly towards the thighs, extend the legs. And again, forward. Find your plank, meet the shape. Bend the knees, hover. Belly towards the thighs, hips lifted, extend the legs. One more. Inhale, forward. Bend the knees. And then start pressing to the back, belly towards your thighs, and extend your legs. Inhale, forward. And then drop your heels to the right, extend the left arm above the head. Option to drop the right knee if this is way too much, just hold. If you can, bend your knees. And then guide your hips to the back of the mat, extending the left arm to the front of the mat. And then back through center, left fingers are pointing up. Bend your knees. Hips to the back, left fingers reaching forward. Inhale, side plank, stack your shoulders. One more. Exhale. And then inhale, you are back in your side plank. As you exhale, drop your left hand on the mat and then drop your heels to the left. Extend the right arm above the head. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, shift the hips to the back, right fingers reaching forward. Inhale, back through center. Exhale. And then inhale, back through center. And again, exhale, bend your knees. Hips low, right fingers are reaching to the front of the mat. Inhale, back through center. As you exhale, right hand comes back on the mat. And just hold for a moment. Inhale. And then as you exhale, start bending the elbows, point them to the back, maybe drop the knees on the mat. We are still lowering on our bellies. One more inhalation. Exhale. You are on your belly. Extend the top of the feet on the mat. Press your hands into the mat. Squeeze the glutes. Press the top of your feet to the mat. Inhale. Just lift your chest. Slide the shoulder blades together. Exhale. Release. And again, inhale. And exhale. So this is more about engaging the back body, the muscles in your back. Inhale. And then exhale. Knees stay on the mat. Press into the hands. And then make your way into your child's pose. On your next inhalation, immediately upward facing dog. Open the chest. As you exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat. Bend your knees, maybe hop. If not, then step. A few steps or a big step. You're landing in between the hands, halfway lift. As you exhale, belly towards your thighs. If you need to bend the knees, of course, do that. On your next inhalation, back into a standing position. As you exhale, dive your hands to the mat. On your next inhalation, halfway lift. As you exhale, press your hands to the mat. We are going to hop to the back of the mat if it's not within your practice. Just 2 steps. Maybe you will immediately land in your chaturanga, so bend your knees. And then hop, elbows to the back, hugging the ribcage. One more inhalation. As you exhale, make your way on your belly, the top of the feet on the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, release. Knees stay on the mat. Press back. Child's pose. And immediately inhale, upward facing dog. Open the chest. Long back of the neck. Exhale. Downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat, bend your knees. And then hop, step in between the hands, immediately halfway lift. So maybe try to make it one long inhalation, and then as you exhale, belly towards the thighs, release the neck. Inhale, back to standing position. Tailbone is pointing down, arms above the head. Can you guide your thumbs even more to the back? As you exhale, dive forward. On your next inhalation, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands come back on the mat. Step, hop into your chaturanga or plank. If you're in your plank, make your way into your chaturanga. One more in breath. As you exhale, make your way on your belly, the top of the feet on the mat. And then inhale, lift your chest. Shoulder blades together, pull the shoulders to the back, exhale. Release. And then press back into your child's pose. On your next inhalation, forward into your upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. And this time take a moment here, really spread your fingers. Extend the elbows and see if you can lift your hips even higher and pull them to the back. Rotation coming from the shoulders so you can point your elbows away from each other and maybe even down. Of course, you can bend your knees. Think of guiding the belly towards the thighs. Sternum is opening to the mat. And just hold. Breathe. A long inhalation. A long, slow exhalation. As you inhale, lift your right foot. Point your toes and then bend your right knee, pull it towards the chest, shoulders on top of the wrists. And then guide your left heel down as you lift your right foot. Bend your right knee once again, pull your right knee to the chest. And again, one-legged downward dog. Lift, bend, and then pull your right knee to the chest. One more. Lift, bend, and then pull your right knee to the chest. Flex your right foot. Keep pulling the right knee even closer to the chest. And then step your right foot to the midline of the mat. You could use the blocks here under the hands. So maybe rest the hands on top of the blocks. Shift the weight on the right foot as you lift your left leg. And then bend your left knee. Pull it towards your chest. Flex your left foot, step the left foot in between the hands. Once again, if needed, hands on top of the blocks. And then lift your right foot. Bend your right knee, open the hips. Maybe you are staying here, maybe this is already a lot. Maybe you can guide your left hand to your right ankle, right foot. And then press the top of the foot into your hand, pointing the right knee up. And just hold. Breathe. And then release. Left hand comes back on the mat. And then drop your right knee on the outside of the left heel. Lower your hips on the mat and then left hand behind your back. Inhale, right arm above the head, long spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Look to the back. You're opening the chest to the left. Right fingers are really reaching to the ceiling. So activate, energize through the right fingers. Can you pull your left shoulder to the back, to the space behind you? One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, come back through center. Hands come back on the blocks or on the mat. And then extend your right leg to the back, supported, warrior three. And then maybe stay here, maybe hands in front of the chest. Keep lowering the right hip as you lift your right heel. Open through the chest, so think as if you are doing cobra upward dog. Micro bending the left knee, and then bend both of the knees. And just tap your right knee to the left calf. and extend. And again, bend and extend. Strong core, keep going. Bend and extend, hold. Breathe. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the right toes to the back, right knee on the mat. And extend the arms above the head. Keep your right toes tucked under. As you exhale, lower the hands back on the blocks or on the mat. And then extend both legs. Maybe lift your left toes from the mat if you want to make it even deeper. And then bend your left knee, drop the right knee. Extend the arms above the head. As you exhale, release the hands back on the mat. And again, press your hips to the back and up. Bend your left knee, lower the right knee. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, lower the hands. And then extend both of the legs. Maybe flex your left foot. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the left toes. High lunge. Arms above the head. Imagine pressing the left heel down and to the back, kind of scissoring your legs. And this time, as you exhale, start extending the left leg simultaneously, hovering the right knee above the mat. Arms to the back. Bend your left knee, arms above the head. And again, extend your left leg as you bend your right knee just to hover above the mat. Of course, if you need, drop it, but try to keep it above the mat. And then bend the left knee, extend the right leg. Open the chest. One more. As you exhale, extend the left leg, hover the right knee above the mat, hold. And then bend your left knee, shift the weight on your left leg as you extend it, pulling the right knee to the chest. And then as you exhale, release the arms. And then grab your right foot, place the top of the foot on your left hip, allowing this right knee to drop to the mat, so half lotus. If this is not available for you, you can make your way into half pigeon, so sliding the right ankle on top of the left knee, bending the left knee, and allowing this right knee to drop to the mat. Okay, wherever you are, stay there. If you are in your half lotus, you could guide your right arm behind you, and then maybe grab with your right hand to your right foot, your right toes. Hold. Inhale. As you exhale, start bending from the hips if you are in your half lotus, lowering the hand on the mat. If you are in your standing pigeon, just lower both of the hands on the mat. If you are in your half lotus, lower the right hand on the mat. And then start bending the left knee, making your way into a seated position. So once again, maybe the right heel is on top of the left knee. That's perfectly fine. Then you're staying the stretch, guiding the right knee away from you, heel towards you. If you're in your half lotus, your right knee is being guided towards the mat. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you're staying here. Maybe on your next inhalation, extend the left arm above the head. As you exhale, belly towards the mat, left fingers are reaching forward. Maybe you will stay here. Maybe you will take a bind. Guiding the left arm under the left knee, right arm to the right, and connecting the hands behind your back. Just hold. And then release. Hands next to the hips. We are making our way back into a standing position. Press the left foot into the mat. Lift your hips. Hands stay on the mat wherever you are. Start sliding the right foot on the outside of the left foot, so you can rest the ball of the right foot on the mat, and then shift the weight on the right foot. Kick your left leg to the back, bend your right knee, and drop your left foot on the mat. Make your way into your pigeon. The outside of the right foot stays on the mat. Maybe you will stay here, maybe once again, blocks under the hands. Keep your left toe stacked under. And then extend the right leg as much as you can. Maybe it will look like that halfway, that's great. Maybe you can make all the way to the back with the hips. And keep the outside of the right foot on the mat. Bend your right knee, lower the hips, open the chest. And then exhale, leave the hips. Inhale, bend. Work with the breath. And then exhale, extend. One more. Bend. Open. And then exhale, extend. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Bend your right knee, pull it towards the right elbow. Hold here. And then keeping the contact of the knee and the arm, slide the right knee to the right wrist just to hover above the mat. And then right knee to the right shoulder, maybe to the right tricep. And then lower and lift. Once again, slide it down and then lift, hold. Maybe left knee drops on the mat. We are opening to a side plank with your right foot lifted. So shift the weight on the left hand. Extend the right arm above the head. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the right hand back on the mat. Lift the left heel. Right knee, right elbow. And then extend the right leg to the back. One-legged plank. Drop the right foot if you need. Drop the knees if you need. Up to you. We are making our way through Vinyasa flow. Bend the elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just hold. Breathe. As you inhale, lift your left foot from the mat. And then bend your left knee, pull your left knee to the chest. And then press back, one-legged downward facing dog. Bend your left knee. Pull it to the chest. And then press back, one-legged downward dog. One more. Knee to the chest, scoop your abs, create space in between the shoulder blades. And then extend, hold. Once again, bend your left knee, pull it to the chest, lift your hips even higher, flex your left foot. And then step your left foot to the midline of the mat. Once again, of course, blocks under the hands if you need them. Shift the weight on the left foot, extend your left leg as you lift your right leg. Bend your right knee. Pull it to the chest. Flex your right foot. Step your right foot in between the hands. Shift the weight on the right foot as you lift your left foot. And then bend your left knee. Maybe you are holding here. Keep breathing. Maybe right hand on top of the left foot, left ankle. And then if you have it, press the top of the foot into the palm of the hand. Keep breathing. Inhale. As you exhale, release the right hand back on the mat. And then bend your right knee. Deliver the left knee on the outside of the right heel. And lower your hips. Right hand behind your back. Inhale, extend the left arm above the head. Exhale, twist your chest to the right. Right shoulder blade to the spine. Gaze to the back. Inhale, use the contact of your right hand, right fingers and the mat to grow tall from the base of the spine. Exhale. Sink into the twist, maybe deepen your twist. Also use the contact of the left elbow and the right knee to press into it and maybe twist a bit deeper. Inhale. As you exhale, release the twist. Hands come back on the mat. Shift the weight on the left knee, right foot. And then extend the right leg as you extend the left leg to the back. Supported warrior three, lower the left hip. Micro bend in the right knee, keep lifting the left heel. Stay here with the hands on the mat or place the palms of the hands in front of the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees. Left knee taps to the right calf. And extend, keep opening through the chest. Bend both of the knees, left knee, right calf. And extend both of the legs. One more. Bend. And extend. Hold. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the left toes to the back, left knee on the mat. Extend the arms above the head. As you exhale, lower the hands on the mat, frame the right foot. Extend both of the legs, lift the right toes. Drop the right toes, left knee, inhale, arms above the head, open the chest, keep elongating the lower back. Exhale, drop the hands. Extend the legs, maybe lift the right toes, square your hips. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, drop the hands. Extend the legs, invite the left hip bone forward, right to the back. Hold for a moment. Maybe hands are on the blocks, you can adjust the blocks. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee on top of the right heel, arms above the head. Keep squaring your hips. Strong lower body. Gently tuck your tailbone under to elongate the lower back. Inhale. As you exhale, extend the right leg. Hover the left knee above the mat, guide your arms to the back. And then switch. Bend your right knee, extend the left leg, arms above the head. Exhale. Extend the right leg, hover the left knee above the mat, arms to the back. One more. Bend the right knee, extend the left leg, arms above the head. And then switch. Extend the right leg, arms to the back, hover the left knee above the mat. And then bend your right knee, arms above the head, shift the weight on your right foot, lift your left knee to the chest. Exhale, release the arms. Place the top of the left foot on your right hip if possible. Half lotus. Option to make it into a standing pigeon, so slide the left ankle on top of the right knee. If you are in your half lotus, you can guide your left arm behind you and then grab to your left big toe and hold. There should be no pain in your left knee, so just check in with yourself and breathe. Come back to your breath. Think of growing tall from the base of the spine, so as if someone was pulling you up from the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders, strong core, strong pelvic floor muscles. Inhale. As you exhale, start bending from the hips, lowering the right hand on the mat or both hands if you are in a standing pigeon or other variation. And then release your left hand. Start bending the right knee, make your way into a seat. So once again, maybe the left ankle will be on top of the right knee, maybe the left foot is on top of the hip. Maybe you'll stay here. Maybe extend the right arm above the head if you are in this variation. And then start guiding the belly towards the thighs, reaching forward with your right hand. And then maybe take a bind, but by guiding the right arm to the right under the right knee, connecting the fingers behind your back. So if you are in half lotus, try to guide the left knee to the mat without pushing. If you are in your seated pigeon, then guide the left knee away from you. Heel towards you. Try not to lean to the back if you are in your seated pigeon. Just hold. And then on your next inhalation, lift. Hands next to the hips. Shift the weight on the right foot and start lifting the hips. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the left foot on the outside of the right foot. Shift the weight on the left foot and kick your right leg to the back. Drop the right foot, bend your left knee, and then hold here. Tuck your right toes under if you have extended them. Left knee stays on the left foot stays on the right side of the mat. The lateral side of the foot will stay for the next movements on the mat. Press into the hands and then extend the left leg. Keep your hips as square as possible. Inhale, bend your left knee open. And then exhale. And see where the sensations are. Inhale. What's changing as you move? Exhale. Once more. Inhale. And then exhale. And just hold here. Breathe. Press the hands into the mat. Bend your left knee and slide your left knee to the left tricep. And keep the contact of your knee and your tricep, your arm, and then slide it down to your left wrist. And then scoop your abs, slide it up to your left shoulder. And again lower, slide it down, and then lift. One more, drop the right knee if you need, slide it down, and lift. This time drop the right heel to the right, maybe drop the right knee on the mat, keep the left foot, left knee lifted. And then extend the left arm above the head. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the left hand back on the mat, left into the left tricep, and then extend the left leg to the back. Inhale. Keep scooping your abs, drop the right knee or both knees if you need it, bend the elbows, chaturanga, inhale. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your position. Come back to your breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then walk your hands to the back. Maybe grab to the ankles, maybe grab to the big toes. Maybe place the hands under the soles of the feet. So the toes are touching to the elbow creases, the palms of the hands are touching to the soles of the feet. And then belly towards your thighs. The crown of the head is pointing down. Keep breathing. One more slow, long inhalation. And then long, even slower exhalation. And then slowly start releasing the hands from under the feet if you have landed there previously. We are going to play with the crow pose and we are going to try to walk doing the crow to the front of the mat. So place your hands on the mat, spread your fingers wide, and then lift your heels. Start bending the elbows and don't allow the elbows to point away. You are really pulling the elbows to the midline of the mat. So like in chaturanga, drop the the knees on top of the triceps, and maybe you will stay here and use your inner thighs, so you're pulling your knees towards each other as well, helping the elbows to stay where they are supposed to stay. And then open the chest, run the back body, and then maybe lift one foot and hold there. Maybe switch and lift other foot. Maybe start lifting both of your feet. Keep pulling the elbows to the midline of the mat, heels to the glutes, or one heel at the time, and you're just switching. That's perfectly fine. Inhale. And then as you exhale, step your feet a bit closer to the front of the mat. Step your hands closer to the front of the mat. Lift the heels. Drop the knees on top of the triceps, and then maybe once again, one foot at the time or both at the same time, crow pose. And then lower the feet a bit closer. And again, hands in front of you. Bend your elbows, knees on top of the triceps, and then leave the heels to the glutes. And then drop the feet once again. And hold here. Inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, belly towards your thighs. Maybe once again, palms of the hands under the soles of the feet to stretch the wrists. Relax the neck. Breathe. And then release hands from under the feet. On your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position, arms above the head. As you exhale, lower the hands back on the mat. One more crow pose. Rest the knees on top of the triceps. Once again, elbows almost together. You're pulling the elbows a bit closer together. Using the inner thighs, scooping your abs. Opening through the chest, creating space in between the shoulder blades. Hold. If you are not in your full crow, that's okay. We are going to make our way through a Vinyasa flow. So once again, if you are in your crow, I will show you the variation to jump to the back of the mat. Otherwise, you can take 2 steps. So if you are jumping, you are keeping the upper body exactly as it is, meaning the elbows bent, and just guiding the feet to the back of the mat. Don't be afraid to shift the weight a bit more forward. Inhale and exhale. Hop to the back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then as you exhale, drop the knees. Sit back into your child's pose. And take a long inhalation. Exhale through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more. In and out. On your next inhalation, lift the hips and then step your knees behind the wrists and then lower the hips next to the heels. If this is too much for the knees, please sit on top of the blocks or even reverse this position, laying on your back, pulling the heels to the glutes. The calves are next to the thighs, the top of the feet next to the hips. Maybe you'll stay here. Maybe start lowering on the forearms, maybe on your back. And then you can extend the arms to the back, opening through the chest, opening through the front body. Knowing that if you are on your back, this position has a potential of being a back bend. So be aware of that. Be aware of what's happening in the body. And just hold. If you see that the knees are lifting from the mat, maybe you have gone too far with the upper body. Also, don't allow your knees to point too much to the sides, so the thighs are parallel to each other. And just come back to your breath. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release the arms if they are extended to the back. And then press into the elbows to make your way first on the forearms. And then back on your hands. Take a moment here. Hands drop in front of you. And then from here, heel toe your feet, your knees together, and then sit on your heels. Slide the hands on top of your thighs. Close your eyes. Once again, take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. See if you can shift the shoulders even more on top of the hips. In and out. And then from here, drop the hands next to the knees, cross the ankles under the glutes. And then drop the feet on the mat. Allow the knees to drop to the sides as you walk the heels a bit closer to the groin. Maybe open the soles of the feet to the ceiling. And then inhale, long spine. As you exhale, maybe belly towards your feet. And just hold. Notice if you are rounding your lower back. So the point of this position is not pulling the forehead to the mat. You're trying to create length, so first you can even think of reaching forward and then finally down. On your next inhalation, start lifting your chest, your forehead, and then pull the knees together, the soles of the feet in front of you. And then extend the arms forward, pull the knees to the chest, shins parallel to the mat. Maybe extend the legs here. Thumbs are pointing up. If this is too much, bend the knees and place the hands under the knees, even hands next to the hips. So you should feel the engagement in your core, not your lower back. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the feet on the mat. And then slowly make your way on your back. Pull the knees to the chest as you extend the arms to the side. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. And just hold, maybe looking towards your right fingers or turning your face to the right with your eyes closed. And exhale. On your next inhalation, come back through center. And then as you exhale, release the knees to the right. Turn your face to the left. With each exhalation, melt into the mat. Slow down your breath. And then on your next inhalation, come back through center. And then pull your knees to the chest. Give yourself a big hug for a moment. Inhale. As you exhale, release the hands next to the hips. And then make your way on your shoulders, extending the legs, guiding the top of the feet to the mat. Maybe hands next to the spine with your fingers pointing up. The back of the thighs pressing up. And the option of bending the knees, guiding them towards your ears. If your feet are on the mat, if your knees are on the mat, maybe extend the arms. Lowering the hands on the mat. Inhale. And then as you exhale, start extending the legs and roll your spine on the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then bend your knees. As you exhale, extend the legs on the mat, extend the arms to the side. Shavasana. And just surrender here. Surrender to the mat. Relax. And come to this moment, to this space, creating the same stillness that we started this practice with. If you want to stay in your Shavasana longer, feel free to do that. We still have the breath work to come. So we are not going to finish the practice within next minutes. But if you want and need more time in this relaxation, please feel free to pause the recording and stay here a bit longer. If you feel ready to transition, start adding gentle movements into the fingers and toes. Maybe you want to nod your head, you know that transition. Maybe stretch on the mat, or maybe hug the knees to the chest. Maybe roll on the side, making your way into a fetal position. And then make your way into a seat in your own time, in your own pace, still keeping the eyes closed. And if you have a pillow or the blocks, I will suggest sitting on top of the support so the hips are a bit elevated. And then rest your hands on top of the thighs. Take a moment here to come back to your breath. What we are going to do is inhalation through the nose for the count of 2 and out through the mouth for the count of 2. And then we are going to speed it up, and it will be inhalation through the nose for the count of 1, exhale 1. And then we are going to hold, breath retention. And then we are going to repeat it. So let's meet at the bottom of the inhalation. And then inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. One more. Exhale. We are speeding up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to the belly. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Keep going. In, out. One more. Inhale through the nose all the way to the top. Long inhalation. Hold. Chin to the throat. Engage the core, engage the pelvic floor muscles. Squeeze, hold. And then release the lock and then exhale. And hold at the bottom. Slow down. Observe your body, your mind, and just hold. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to come back to the first exercise. Inhale through the nose for the count of 2 to your belly. Deep breath. And out through the mouth. Whenever you feel ready, inhale. Inhale. And exhale. In and out. We are speeding up. In and out. In, out, in. In, out, in, out. Long inhalation. Hold, chin to the chest. Create the lock, engage your core, squeeze the pelvic floor, perineum, abdominal section, deep core muscles. Hold. Release the lock and exhale through the mouth. Hold at the bottom. Our last hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale. And now come back to your natural breath. And if you want to stay in the stillness with your breath for a few more moments, once again feel free to pause the video. If on the other hand you feel ready to finish the practice, you may place the palms of the hands in front of the chest. Thank yourself for this practice, for this moment on the mat. And thank you so much. Namaste.